This is the first of a series of calls about digital marketing. Today's more of an overview, and then we're going to get into more specifics in the next couple months, as David will be our kind of a honored presenter. So I'm going to turn this over to David, and for those of you who are on a computer, could follow along in the presentation, and everyone who's not, we will be emailing out the presentation after the call. All right, take it away.
Great. Thank you, Adina. And thank you, everyone, for taking an hour out of their business to learn about digital marketing and how it can affect caring people and how it will affect caring people for 2017. So I'd like to jump right in and learn and really just pay close attention to how we can make everybody's life a little bit easier by using digital marketing. So Karina, we're going to go to the next slide and just talk about the goals and objectives for today. So by the end of the hour, guys, we should have a clear understanding of the following, right? Avior Sciences and caring people. So just in general, I think most of the people on the call know who Avior Sciences is, but if you don't, I'm going to go over that, our relationship to caring people, and the relationship to digital marketing departments. We're also going to talk about Caring on Demand and other names that you may or may not have heard over the past year, year and a half. The second, guys, is obviously the reason for the webinar, which is the digital marketing overview. So I'm going to take everybody through what that is, why everybody should care, and how it's going to affect everybody at Caring People. More specifically, a tactic of digital marketing is called inbound marketing, and it's a strategy that Caring People is going to use moving forward into 2017. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that is and how it works. And then we're going to kind of finish off with understanding the benefits of digital marketing. So talking specifically to caring people in the senior care space, you know, how is it going to affect caring people moving forward? How is it going to affect each department in caring people moving forward? And we're going to wrap up with just the outlook for 2017, 2018, and beyond. Okay, so let's jump right in. Karina, next slide, please. And before, guys, we jump into the marketing, let's just take a minute to kind of introduce the companies and how they're related to one another. So who is Avior Sciences? Right? Avior Sciences is the sister company and technology partner of Caring People. Formerly known as Caring on Demand, Avior has built an ecosystem of mobile applications designed to create efficiencies for caring people specifically, and also to enhance both the lives of our elderly and the professionals who care for them. As Adina so nicely introduced, my name is David Lohman. I'm the CMO of Avior Sciences. I have extensive experience with former companies by leveraging digital marketing, and just very excited to share my experiences, what's worked, what hasn't with you today over the next hour. Next slide, Adina. Karina, sorry. So guys, what is digital marketing? Let's just break this down to its most simplistic form. So simply put, any form of marketing that exists online. That's it. You don't have to mince words. You don't have to get fancy. Anything that exists online in the form of marketing. And the reality is, guys, that people spend twice as much time as they did online than they did 12 years ago. And while we say it a lot, the way that people shop and the way that people buy and the way that people research really has changed. And that means that offline marketing isn't really as effective as it used to be. With consumers being more empowered and trying to look for, you know, the best and doing the most research online, there's really been a demographic and a foundational shift that's been really apparent over the last decade. And for businesses, they leverage digital channels, as you can see in this graphic, such as Google search, social media, email, and most importantly, their websites to connect with their current and prospect customers. And all of these things, guys, on the graph is pretty, should be pretty familiar to everybody. I'm going to go through what each of them is and how they relate to caring people. But essentially, guys, marketing has always been about connecting with your audience in the right place and at the right time. And today, that means that you need to meet them where they are already spending time. And we know that that is on the internet. Okay, Karina, next slide, please. So let's go through the digital marketing tactics. This is a little small on the screen, but I'm going to go through each one and do a little bit of a summary on what each one is, as I'm sure a lot of you have heard these keywords or buzzwords and may or may not know what they are and how they affect marketing, more specifically caring people. So the first one, guys, the big one, right? SEO, search engine optimization. This is the process of optimizing your website to rank higher in search engine page results. Therefore, increasing the amount of organic, and organic means free, so the amount of organic/free traffic that your website receives. And moving down the chain, content marketing is the creation and promotion of content assets for the purpose of generating brand awareness, traffic, lead generation, and customers. And we're going to talk much more about content marketing. Social media, very familiar, I think, for everybody. So that's the practice of promoting our brand and our content on social media channels to increase, again, brand awareness, drive traffic to the website, and to generate leads for Caring People's sales force. We'll talk more about that. PPC, fancy buzzword. It just means pay per click, for those of you who don't know, and that is essentially a method of driving traffic to our website by paying a publisher every time our ad is clicked, right? So some of you might have heard of AdWords, right, or Bing ads. Google AdWords is far and away dominating the market for PPC. And again, that's essentially, instead of comparing that to SEO, right, these, when you click on these links, they typically show up, if you bid high enough, at the top of the search results. And those you have to pay, and you have to bid on those spots, and when they get clicked, you pay that amount that you bid on. And we can talk much more about that. Remarketing is one other tactic of PPC, and this is the one, guys, that Adina was referring to with, I think it was chocolate-covered pretzels in the email. So, guys, we'd all like to think that every single person that comes in contact with Caring People, right, follows a very straight and orderly path to, becoming a client. Someone maybe visits our website for the first time, fills out a form to download maybe an ebook, and then becomes interested in talking with one of our talented sales reps, right, all in one session, hypothetically, on our website. Minutes later, the Caring People sales rep reaches out to the lead, and before you know it, the lead becomes a client, right, and they hand over their credit card to sign up with Caring People. and that sounds great, but in reality, the buyer's journey is probably, most of the time, not going to be that linear. And it will happen, but most of the time it's not going to be that linear. So people are going to pop onto our website, and then they're going to leave. And then 2 months later, they're going to discover maybe our latest blog article, right? And then they're going to decide to download maybe some more information, maybe a white paper that Caring People puts online. And a few days after that, they decide to check out another blog post, right? And maybe a week later, they then decide to get in touch with sales, and it takes several more weeks of meetings and discussions maybe to come to a buying decision to sign up with us, right? It's the same end result, but the process is just a little bit more convoluted. And we need to make sure, and this is digitally speaking, that we stay in front of this customer, because we don't know, right, at what stage of a buying decision they're in. And we're going to talk much more about that. So we as marketers need to be prepared to help buyers through that convoluted process, right, those potential clients. And one way to do that is with retargeting ads, right? So that's what Adina was kind of referring to. So unlike typical banner ads, retargeting ads are a form of online targeting advertising that are served to people who have already visited our website or are in contact, right, in our database, like a lead or a customer. Affiliate marketing, guys, just moving down the green bubble, is a type of performance-based advertising where we, or the the other entity would receive a commission for promoting our services, right, on their website. Native advertising refers to simple advertisements that are primarily content-led and featured on a platform alongside another non-paid content. So if you've heard of BuzzFeed, those sponsored posts are a good example. But many other of us also consider social media advertising to be native. So like a Facebook advertising campaign, which I'm sure you guys see all the time on your news feeds, or Instagram advertising, which again are on our news feeds on those social media platforms. Marketing automation, the gray bubble, refers to softwares that exist with the goal of automating marketing actions. Many marketing departments have to automate maybe repetitive tasks such as email, social media, maybe some website actions, so that we can leverage technology to help streamline these processes to get leads right to our sales force to turn into customers. So looking at that whole cycle, what actions, right, happen every single time that we can automate? And we'll talk more about that. Email marketing, I think everybody saw the Lifeline email. We're slowly starting to introduce this for 2017. Companies use email marketing as a way of communicating with their audiences, both internally and externally. Email is often used to promote content, discounts, events, and also to direct people towards, the Caring People website, for example. Online public relations is essentially the practice of securing earned online coverage with digital publications, blogs, maybe other content-based websites. It's much like traditional PR, but essentially in the online space. Okay, now for my favorite, which is inbound. And that's going to be a special digital marketing tactic for Caring People this year. And we're going to go over that specifically on this next slide. Karina, if you would, thank you so much. So what is inbound marketing? That is a tactic of digital marketing that's spread over the last decade, and that's the strategy that Caring People is looking to employ for 2017 and beyond, right? And so since about 2006, 2007, guys, inbound marketing has been the most effective marketing method for doing business online, right? So instead of the old outbound marketing methods of buying ads, buying email lists, and praying for leads, inbound marketing focuses on creating quality content that pulls prospects towards our company and our services where they naturally want to be. So by aligning the content that we publish with our customers' interests, we naturally attract inbound traffic, right, that you then can convert, close, and delight over time, if you see those 4 buckets on the graph, right? So along the top are the 4 actions: attract, convert, close, and delight, right? So along the top 4 actions, inbound companies must take in order to obtain visitors, leads, customers, and promoters, as you can see in those colored buckets. Along the bottom of the graph are the tools that companies use to accomplish these actions. And we're going to go over those in detail. So this approach focuses on attracting customers through content and interactions that are relevant and helpful, not interruptive. So with inbound marketing, potential clients find us through channels like blogs, search engines, and social media, right? Unlike outbound marketing, which fights for their attention. So for an example, guys, of outbound marketing, right? Just putting an ad in a magazine, right? And hoping that people open up that page in the magazine, right? And see the ad and then take action to come back, to make a phone call, or to research us online, right? The ROI, the return on investment for that is difficult to gauge. And it's just an outdated form of marketing. You could spend your dollars much more wisely with inbound marketing, right? Where you can develop content that pulls them where they are on the internet. And once we get them to the Caring People website, and we can convert them, which means to get their contact information, email, for example. And once we have their email, then we can market to them consistently. So think of that process, guys, versus one time spending thousands of dollars on a magazine ad, right? Versus developing a content marketing plan with really amazing blog and article posts, putting them on social media, getting those people that we identify as buyers or potential clients to our website, right? And then collecting their contact information and marketing to them for free until they are in touch with one of our sales reps, for example, right? And are ready to become a client for Caring People. So by creating this content designed to address the problems and needs of Caring People's prospects, right? Inbound marketing attracts these qualified prospects and builds trust and credibility at the same time for Caring People. Next slide, please, Karina. So there's a couple of themes that we can go over that we already touched upon, but just to kind of round these out. So themes for inbound marketing, guys. Content creation and distribution, right? So creating targeted content that answers prospects and customers' basic questions and needs, and then sharing that content far and wide, right? And that's going to be evident on our blog for 2017. Life cycle marketing, guys, I'm just going around this in a clockwise direction. Life cycle marketing, so promoters, right? What we call as customers that love Caring People, for example, and they tell their friends and families about it. Those are called promoters. So promoters don't just materialize out of thin air. They start off as strangers, right? Someone maybe that doesn't know about Caring People. Then they turn into visitors, right? Visitors, maybe they've heard about us, maybe they've visited our website, right? Then they turn into contacts because we're going to collect their contact information. And then the sales team's going to do a great job and close them on becoming a customer, right? So that's the life cycle marketing that we're going to be doing. So specific marketing actions and tools help to transform those strangers into promoters. And that's where the digital marketing is really going to add value for Caring People for 2017. Okay, and tagging on to that theme, guys, personalization. So that means basically tailoring content to the wants and needs of the people who are viewing it. So as we learn more about our leads over time, right, we can better personalize our message to their specific needs. So that means basically, guys, just qualifying. So at what point, for example, if we have an online lead, do we funnel them in over to the sales team, right? Do they have to, what are the qualifications, and where do they need to be at a point where we can put them in touch with the sales team? Maybe it's right at the beginning, right? Maybe it's after, you know, they've identified that they need some sort of care in the next 90 days. These are just examples, but those sorts of qualifying questions you can actually identify and figure out online before they even get to the sales force potentially. Multi-channel, guys. So inbound marketing is multi-channel by nature because it approaches people where they are, right, in a channel where they want to interact with us, right? So maybe that's Facebook, right? Maybe they're on a website that's, you know, assisted living. Maybe it's, you know, an affiliate or a parallel company, right, or one of our partners. So where are potential clients? Where are they on the internet? Where are caregivers, right? Maybe one of the strategies, well, definitely one of the strategies for Caring People for 2017 digitally is going to be recruiting more caregivers. So where are the caregivers? Where can we find them? I guarantee you all of these people, all of these targeted buyer personas are somewhere online. Whether all they do is go on Facebook, whether all they do is go on Instagram, whether all they do is read one specific blog, we need to find them, right, and get Caring People's brand in front of them so that we can drive them to our website and collect their email. Okay, integration is the last one. So integration, guys, just means content creation, publishing, and analytics tools all working together like a well-oiled machine. So it allows marketing to focus on publishing the right content in the right place at the right time. Okay, so Rena, if you would, please. So we're just going to go through these step by step. There's 4 inbound marketing actions, and this is really going to be the central theme. So just kind of tying in where we've come to this point, guys, we talked about digital marketing, which is essentially any form, right, of marketing online, and we talked about the different kinds of tactics, right, the different sort of digital marketing tactics, and we identified one specifically, right? We talked about SEO, social media marketing, affiliate marketing, automation, email marketing. All of these things are going to be employed by caring people, but inbound marketing is a central theme and a central strategy that I want to focus on today, and I feel like is the most important to get everybody to sort of understand the value here of digital marketing is through inbound marketing. So let's kind of walk through these 4 inbound marketing actions so we can kind of understand exactly how the process works. So we don't just want any traffic to our new site. Okay, so we don't just want any traffic to our new website. We want the right traffic. We want the people who are most likely to become leads and ultimately happy customers, right? So who are the right people? Caring people's ideal customers are known as buyer personas in the digital marketing world. So buyer personas are holistic ideals of what our customers are really like inside and out. So personas encompass the goals, the challenges, the pain points, the common objections to our services, as well as personal and demographic information shared among all members of that particular customer type. So for example, families, right? That could be a buyer persona. For example, caregivers, that could be a buyer persona. So our personas are the people around whom the whole business is built. And those are 4 areas that we can talk more about on another call. Karina, next slide, please. So converting. So once we've attracted, right, these prospects, these website visitors, the next step is to convert those visitors into leads for the Caring People sales force by gathering their contact information. At the very least, guys, we need their email addresses. Contact information is the most valuable currency there is to the online marketer. Okay? Email addresses, the most valuable currency there is to the online marketer. So in order for our visitors to offer that up, right, offer that currency up willingly, their emails, we need to offer them something in return, right? And that payment, quote unquote payment, comes in the form of content, maybe like a white paper that'll add tremendous value for them, or maybe a tip sheet, right, or an infographic. All of these examples, whatever information would be interesting and valuable to each one of our personas. And those are 4 examples that, again, we can talk about on another call. Karina, next slide, please. So we are on the right track, guys. We've attracted the right visitors and we've converted the right leads. But now we need to transform those leads into customers. So how can we most effectively accomplish this feat? Certain marketing tools can be used at this stage to make sure that we're closing leads, the right leads at the right times. And those 4 things on the screen are examples. So CRM, guys, stands for Customer Relationship Management, right? And people have used Salesforce, I believe, at Caring People. It's a way to keep track of details. There are certain recommendations that have come out that I believe are superior or better fit for our industry. We could talk more about that in the future. Closed loop reporting, emails, and marketing automation. 4 other ways to transform those leads into customers. Next slide, please. We got about 5 more minutes, guys. We're going to get through this. So the inbound way is all about providing remarketable content to our users, whether they're visitors, leads, or existing customers. So just because someone's already written us, right, Caring People, a check, doesn't mean that we forget about them. It's actually the exact opposite. So we need to, right, inbound companies like Caring People will need to continue to engage with, delight, and hopefully even upsell their current customer base into happy promoters of the organizations and the services that they love from caring people. This is the holy grail of all things marketing, when you can get people that are using our services and that are telling everybody virally to use our services, right? So tools like surveys, smart calls to action, smart text, and social monitoring, right, which is basically keeping track of social media conversations so that we can listen out for our customers' questions, comments, likes, dislikes, all of that, so we can reach out to them with relevant content. Those are all ways to, quote unquote, delight our customers into promoters. Next slide, please. Really quickly, so in summary, this whole kind of methodology, guys, by publishing the right content in the right place at the right time, right, Caring People's marketing becomes relevant and helpful to our prospects and our customers, not interruptive. And that's really making marketing that people enjoy and love, which is that heart in the center. So in the center of content, time, and place. And again, guys, without content, inbound wouldn't exist, right? So content is the fuel that attracts the visitors to the website and converts them into leads and closes them into customers. Everything revolves around content and our blog. Timing is everything, as we all know, and the place. So we talked about this already. Content can't be found if it's not in the right place. And the right place, guys, is where our clients are spending time. Okay, so let's kind of talk about, thank you, Karina, how this all relates back to Caring People in our final two slides. So, guys, unlike most offline marketing efforts, digital marketing allows marketers to see accurate results in real time. This is huge. So going back to our magazine ad, right, you can't really put a number, you can't really quantify the number of eyeballs, right, other than the readership on how many people actually saw your ad. So think about the advantage of digital marketing that allows us to see results. How many people went to the website today? How many people clicked on a landing page today? Did they click on that button? Did they give us their contact information? Did they read this email? We have all of that information at the tip of our fingers with digital marketing, right? So again, if you've ever put an advertisement in a newspaper, you know how difficult it is to estimate how many people actually flip to that page. So the ROI, being able to measure the ROI, we can be very smart with moving forward for 2017 by using the benefits, right, and the tactics of digital marketing. So those guys on the screen are basically just the 4 core benefits that we've identified talking today. So website traffic, right, the hub of all things digital marketing. Caring People this year is going to be building a new website I'm going to talk about in the next slide, right? And we're going to be incorporating analytics software. We're going to be incorporating analytical data, and we're going to understand, right, the caregivers and the families and who's coming to the website and if they're looking to make a buying decision. Content performance and lead generation. Oh, I'm sorry, Karina, just one more thing. So lead generation is huge. All right, we'll just jump to the last slide. I can do it on the last slide. Yes, no, Karina, that's fine. It's 9:05. I'm going to wrap it up. So let's talk about how this relates. Yeah, thank you, Karina. Last slide. Let's talk about the 2017 opportunity for Caring People. Okay, so right now, guys, we have what's called a brochure website, right? So the website, you can go to the website, you can find our phone number, you can learn more about the company. It's great, you know, if you want to kind of just get a general sense of who we are, what we do, and how we can help our aging population. We're going to take that to the next level this year, right? We're going to transform that brochure site into a lead generating marketplace. And when I say marketplace, guys, I'm talking about for both caregivers and families and prospective residents or clients, right? So we're going to be looking to build our supply and our demand for home care for 2017 online. And that's going to be by transforming the website first and foremost into a lead gen marketplace, again, for both caregivers and for families. right? So the content marketing plan to grow web traffic, right, and SEO is going to be via our Lifeline blog, right? So there's going to be a content marketing plan, and Karina and Adina are doing an amazing job of building that content library and identifying the buyer personas and where they are online so that we can get in front of them, right, and market to them and drag them over to our new website where we're going to convert them into a lead, and our sales force is going to close them and grow their business. That's the inbound marketing strategy. So really quick, guys, what does it mean for each one of you? I wanted to try and break this down really quick. So if you're in sales, right, what can you expect? Well, you can expect a whole new slew of marketing materials, and most importantly, you can expect a new pipeline of leads, right? So referrals are going to be continuing to be coming in. Let's supplement that, guys, with leads that are coming in digitally. Consumers are becoming more empowered. They want the ability to choose and do research and read reviews, which we'll talk about more. So how do we start collecting on that? And how do we convert that into business? We're going to start. We're going to identify and harvest those prospects online and nurture them, sales team, until they're at a point where they're ready to talk to you. And again, we can identify when that point is. So if you're in HR, so again, you can expect a new funnel of applicants who are looking to join our all-star staff. This is a way to recruit not only caregivers, not only prospects, but people that want to join our team. So it's just another added benefit of building the new site. And kind of enveloping this, guys, into our entire company, right? So expect Caring People's reputation and credibility to climb as we're going to lead the way with content marketing to provide families and to provide caregivers the information and the services they're looking for.